What are we doing?
Well, you guys have seen the Blood Angels. Today, I'm going to show you where we're at with the Grand Army of Chaos. Because A Tale of Many Warhipsters Season 2 has begun. So I'm going to show you what happened in Tale of Many Warhipsters Season 1. Hello everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another army showcase video. Except this one isn't just one army, it's an grand alliance of armies. Yes, you guys seem to quite enjoy the Blood Angels one, beholding that previous collection, so I thought today you could behold the other one, the other big one. Now this one is by no means finished, it's not even close. I mean, it's just about at the halfway mark of phase 1. But what army is ever really finished, you know? Every army is never done. But within this one, there's like 12. Because of course we're talking about my Grand Army of Chaos. Yes. I've been slowly building this one up over the last couple of years, ever since Tale of Many Warhipsters Season 1. And it all began with Be'lakor, of course. Now, we're not going to get into that too much, of course, because you're about to hear me talk about this army in quite a lot of detail. But this was Tale of Many Warhipsters Season 1, and Season 2 is very much on the go now. You know, we're into Episode 2 already, coming in a couple of weeks' time. You best get painting. So it is time for us to behold the Grand Army of Chaos. But before we do that, you should like this video. And you should subscribe, because that would be really cool of you. And you want to be a cool person, right? Of course you do. And it's also time for you to behold this message from our sponsor.
This video is sponsored by Into the AM. If you've been watching my videos for a long time, you'll know that I love a t-shirt with massive colourful graphics and a comfortable fit for those long painting sessions. That's why when Into the AM got in touch about sponsoring a video, I got pretty excited. Their website contains one of the most me collections of designs I've ever seen. I mean, come on, look at this, and this, and this. Of course, it's not just about the look, it's about how it fits, and I'm happy to report that these tees fit like a dream. Having gained a little extra weight these last years, I've been needing to update my wardrobe, and these absolutely fit the bill. The t-shirts are nice and long, so don't ride up all the time, and they almost feel fitted around the shoulders and arms, so don't look or feel like a weird poncho, and there's plenty of room and movement, especially for hunching up and curling into a ball whilst painting your favourite miniatures. So guys, I implore you to check out Into the AM, and if you do, head to this link for 10% off site-wide. That's right, I got the discounts and they're in the description, just for you. So what are you waiting for?
Tis fitting that it should rain on a day such as this. What do you think?
It's just so much here. I've actually just spotted some models I've never seen before, I don't think.
Which ones?
The little green, light green ones down here.
The Plague Bearers.
Yeah. Are they old? New?
Oh, they're old.
They're old. Okay, that makes me feel better.
But there is a video for them.
How would I find that?
On this YouTube channel.
That's what it feels like. It's like you're just sort of looking at all of them, and then your eyes settle on something, and you're like, oh god, what is that I'm looking at? Like you can't help but pick out like lots of like what's this guy doing? Who's this now? What's this going on?
Which one?
This guy.
Oh, that's Fabius Biles, mate. Don't worry about it.
Okay. But you feel like you just sort of let your eyes rest on something, and you go, looking at. It's hideous. In a good way.
Alice is right. Hideous in a good way. And here is the one that started it all. Yes, I mentioned already Tale of Many Warhipsters has begun, and Be'lakor, well, it's all his fault that Tale of Many Warhipsters even exists. Or it's thanks to him that Tale of Many Warhipsters exists. Because he was the inspiration. This model just absolutely awakened something within me. I adore it. It's my favourite of the entire collection. So starting off strong. But we can't just focus on Be'lakor. Because whilst he is the prettiest, and he is the bestest, and he is the goodest of boys, we do have many, many other things in this army. Such as the newest edition, I think, Vashtor. Here he is. I really like this one. I think it's a great sign of things to come. It's not one of those kind of traditionally awesome models just yet, I don't think. I think there's a bunch of a range yet to come for him, but he is awesome. We have the father and the son here, Horus Ascended, the breathtaking new Forge World edition of Horus, and of course Abaddon the Ever Chosen. I think he was the first Chaos Space Marine model I ever painted, Abaddon, all those years ago. That video is available on the channel. In fact, I think every single model here has a video, which is one of my favourite things about this army. But yeah, as you can see, father and son together. We have the Lord Invocatus here. Again, another very recent addition to the army. From the World Eaters, of course, which Games Workshop sent me. And that was a very exciting time. But again, we're not quite there yet, I think, with the World Eaters range. There's more to come, I'm hoping. We have our new Demon Prince, which is a gorgeous new kit. I painted this one as a Khorne Demon Prince, as chosen by Live Chat. Actually, they decided that's what they wanted, and well, I am more than happy to acquiesce. The Lord of Change. This one was a really, really fun one to do. I painted this one up for a Goonhammer tournament a couple of years ago now, actually, thinking about it. Long time ago. Big challenge, this one, especially with the older contrast paints. We've got new ones now, which should make things a little bit easier. We have our pink horrors here. They were also for the Goonhammer event. The Changecaster is a newer edition, but the pink horrors here were also for that event. The Curseling as well, he's a newer one. And we have our Screamers over here. We've got Bloodletters of Gorn, Karanax in there, naturally, because it would be rude not to have Khorne's goodest boy. A really fun one to paint, that one. It's a really, really cool little model. Skull Taker, who I am still adamant is one of the best models in the book. And it was in the 9th edition book as well. And in fact, even in the 8th edition book as well. AOS not so much. We have our Bloodthirster, who he was kind of always a bit of a joke for me. I just wanted one because Bloodthirsters are so iconic. But they came back with a bang at the end of 9th edition. Sigvald the Magnificent, yet to use him, as well as Fabius Bile, yet to use him in the tabletop. But Sigvald was a real challenge to get that gold absolutely spot on, but challenge worthy of my skill. The Contorted Epitome is here, naturally. The Mirror, really, really happy with that one. It's one of my favourite things that I've painted in the Slaanesh range. Really, really pleased with how it came out. And the Lord of Hubris is an excellent model as well. Again, another new addition to the Hedonites of Slaanesh from the Age of Sigmar side of things. The Infernal Enrapturus is one of the first ever models I painted with contrast when I was testing it out many, many, many moons ago. And it was fun to come back to it. Well, to do a new one just for me, because it's gross. The Keeper of Secrets is up next, and I just adore this one. I think painting that flesh
It's one of those things of it all just came together when I was doing it, and it's just so soft and lovely and absolutely just it just makes me really happy to look at it even on camera now. I'm really pleased with this one. Scarbrand, he's a newer edition, of course. I had dreams of using him for many years in 9th edition alongside Angron, but those dreams were not to be realised, unfortunately. But he's a really fun kit, and when you combine his kit with the other Bloodthirster, you can make some really unique looking guys, which is really exciting, and I want to do some more Bloodthirsters. I just do. I can't help it. We have our House Korvax Knights here, 3 War Dogs and a Knight Abominant. Best knight in the book, and also the worst performing knight in the book by a long stretch. I don't know this guy, but he let me down quite a few times. One too many times. And yet, I'm still really proud of that one. Such a centerpiece kit, especially in amongst all of these big guys, but you guys are really drawn to him. We have Slaves to Darkness now. We cross over into Age of Sigmar proper with a Prince of the Undivided, and of course, Eternus, Blade of the First Prince, never far from Be'lakor. We have our Chaos Lord on Karkadrak from the Start Collecting set. I don't think it's called a Start Collecting set anymore. No, it's called a Vanguard set. But this one's a really, really beefy boy, and I really like that guy. I just really like all of these. Can you tell that? I'm just saying this over and over again. Lord Invocatus, of course, once again. There he is with his Burning Rune. We have the Dark Commune cultists. I really like these cultists. I just want to see more cultists, because I'm a big fan of cultists. We've got our Exalted Hero of Chaos. And I'm a big fan of this one. I think he deserves a place in most Chaos armies. Not everyone agrees, but I think he should be in there. We have Sloppity Bile Piper, of course, and a Beast of Nurgle sat just behind there. We've got this guy. I can never remember his name. The one that throws grenades. We have a Great Unclean one here. And this one, I didn't paint. I won this one from a giveaway. So maybe I should have started with the Chaos before then. But Typhus, of course, is also here from the Death Guard, backing up the Nurgle contingent of the Grand Army of Chaos. We have the all-new, all-dancing Harbinger of Decay. There he is. This is a fan favourite, I think, and such a characterful, such an awesome miniature. More of this, please, Games Workshop. And we have my Great Unclean one, the one that I painted for the channel, of course. There's another tutorial that you can access very simply, very easily here on YouTube. All of this is tutorialized. I haven't seen anything here that hasn't been tutorialized, other than that Great Unclean one that I didn't paint myself. More cultists. We got the Beast Lord from the Beasts of Chaos, the only representative of the Beasts of Chaos here for now. I'm waiting for Beasts of Chaos to get a full range update before we jump into them, because it's currently very old. And of course, who can forget the main man, the ever-chosen himself, Archaon. Yes, the biggest model I've ever painted, especially with contrast paints, but just flat out the biggest model I've ever painted, and I happen to also think one of my best. In fact, he probably is my best. Do I love him more than Be'lakor? No. But do I love him almost as much? Yes. God, it's such a big model. You can just really see it when you put it alongside. Even like the Chaos Knight in the background there just towers over him. It's like almost double the size. And then finishing this thing off, in terms of the characters at least, Angron. Angron watching on. The Demon Primarch himself. We've painted the other Demon Primarchs, but Angron is the only one that I still own. The other two were commissions for other people. But he's the one I own. And probably the most lethal weapon here on the table. So of course, he takes pole position at the top of the Sanctum. Ultimately, my plan for this army is, firstly, or well at the beginning, it was to have at least some representation from every god and every faction here. But we kind of got most of Khorne done, I think. Especially the demons side of things. There's one combat patrol left to add in terms of the demons to finish that kind of section off, because we've got the 2 bloodthirsters, a couple of characters, one more character in fact. We've got some blood crushers to do and some bloodletters, but they're pretty much there. Chaos Knights are nowhere near being 2,000 points, of course. The Slaves to Darkness, we are already over 2,000 points. We're probably kind of veering more towards 4,000 points. But ultimately, the plan for this army, or collection really, is to get to roughly 2,000 points of everything. So 2,000 points of Chaos Knights, 2,000 points of Slaves of Darkness, Nurgle Demons, Tzeentch Demons, Chaos. It's all Chaos. Khorne Demons, Slaanesh Demons, and then Hedonites of Slaanesh, Blades of Khorne, Disciples of Tzeentch, Maggotkin of Nurgle, Beasts of Chaos, of course, and Skaven. They are not here currently, but much like with the Beasts, we haven't had an updated range for them in a long time, and that's one of the things I'm waiting for those other representatives. But what we want, as I've mentioned, is roughly 2,000 points of everyone. Now, Chaos Space Marines I'm a little less fussed about. I want 2,000 points of World Eaters and of the Black Legion, but Thousand Sons, Death Guard, and even the Emperor's Children, I'm not so fussed about just yet. They're kind of maybe a phase 2 thing. But ultimately, I think once you add it all up, of phase 1 at least, you will get to about 30,000 points, roughly, I think. Something like that, at least with the extras that we've got. And the additional stuff that I want to add, just to kind of add a little bit more flexibility to these forces, because you don't want them to be 2,000 points on the nose, because, you know, points change and tastes change and all of that good stuff. Now, Nurgle is the one that is the least represented here out of all of them. I've done a lot more of Slaanesh and Khorne and Tzeentch, and even of Undivided with the Slaves to Darkness, but Nurgle is one of those ones that I want to add a little bit more to, at least especially in the demons section of things. Be'lakor is not pleased with me for having done so little Nurgle, but we're getting there. We're getting there very slowly. The new Harbingers set from the Dawnbringers really pushed me towards that. Having those extra Pusgoyle Blight Lords and the Putrid Blight Kings is really helpful. Here it is, all of it before you. When you zoom out, it's really impressive. The amount of really big stuff in a Chaos army is just really fun. Now, it's not quite as big as the Blood Angels, but then the greater demons are what really push the points up in this. There's more points here on the table across both game systems than there is on the Blood Angels one that we've seen before, but it's because of all of the big stompy monster characters. And you know, Archaon certainly helps, being over 800 points himself. But it's just been an absolute treat to paint all of this. Chaos was never something I thought I would do very much of, because it never really appealed to me. But from the hobbyist's point of view, I don't think there's anything better in terms of the variation that you can get in there, the amount of colours and textures, especially with contrast paint, that, you know, obviously I'm known for, the Contrast Plus style. There's just so much that you can do and so many choices, and you don't even have to paint everything box art, of course. You know, there's like the holy colours for each of the gods, of course, but within that there's tons and tons of different shades. Like, for example, I've gone very pale with a lot of my Nurgle stuff, but very recently we've gone even paler, and I might go a little bit darker soon with some more Plague Bearers, for example. Definitely need to add a lot more Plague Bearers, and Putrid Blight Kings, and Pusgoyle Blight Lords, and Rotigus Rainfather. He's on the docket to do, I promise. As is Kairos Fate Weaver, and as is Shalaxi Hellbane, as those of you who attend my live chats will already know. Now, I mentioned Tale of Many Warhipsters a couple of times. Yes, this army did get born during Tale of Many Warhipsters Season 1. Naturally, this wasn't all painted in 1 year. This is a couple of years of stuff all before you now. Well, 2 years, in fact, as you can see there, stretched out before you upon the table. The demons were mostly Tale of Many Warhipsters, and I haven't added very much to them since. I think only things like the Infernal Enrapturous and the Beast of Nurgle were the newest additions for the demons, but they weren't part of Tale of Many Warhipsters. But everything that you've seen so far was absolutely part of Season 1. Much of it happened in the month of November, I think it was, especially all 4 of those greater demons. But man, it just having a project like that and having that series to get me over the line with getting this done really inspired me, and I hope it's inspiring a couple of you watching this video right now. As for what's next, well, who can really tell what the future holds for Warhammer? You never know. Plenty more chaos, of course, will come, I'm sure, and well, I'm just excited to get back to adding more to this army. I really need to fill out this table and finish off some of these armies. But I think my main priority is probably Nurgle, at least the Nurgle demons, and maybe to actually wrap up the Khorne side of things. Some alternative versions of demon troops like the Bloodletters and Demonettes, Plague Bearers and Pink Horrors. Blue Horrors and Brimstone Horrors are also very much on the list of things to do. And, well, a return to some more greater demon painting. I would love to get those named ones done, and naturally Sinessa and Dexessa for the Hedonites of Slaanesh. Glutos or Scolion, I believe is his name, is very much a priority for me. I desperately want to get him done, because then we can just go fully into the Bliss Barbs and the Myrmidesh Painbringers and things like that for the Hedonites, which I know is something that you guys really, really want to see. So, yeah, behold the Grand Army of Chaos in all its glory. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to support me a little bit further, you absolutely can do. Head over to patreon.com/warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And you can also become a YouTube channel member, just like this incredible bunch of folks scrolling up on the screen before you. There's a hell of a lot of you, and well, I can't do this without you. YouTube and Patreon, you guys absolutely keep the lights on and make all of this worth it. Thank you so much to all of you for everything you do. And if you really like this video and you just want to shoot me a little thanks, you can click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.